Black math! Give me some math and I'll give you some flack. Black math!
We're on lesson 80. And we're talking about transformations. The three types of transformations are what? What are the three types of transformations? Reflection is one. What else? Translation. What's the third? Rotation. Okay. So this first example, we did a rotation 90 degrees of this rectangle WXYZ. So here's our new W, W prime. That's what we call our new W. X prime, Y prime, and Z prime. We rotated it 90 degrees across over the origin there. Okay, now we're going to reflect triangle JKL, but we need a place of reflection. Where are we going to draw the mirror? Well, it's over the Y-axis. So we're going to reflect it across the Y-axis. Okay, so let's draw our triangle here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, -4. So J is at -1, 1, so right there. K is at 3, -2. 3, -2 right there. And then L is at 1, -3. Okay, so here's J, K, L. So this is what we call it a pre-image. So before we reflect it. Now we're going to reflect it across the Y-axis. So everything on the left of the axis is going to go the same distance to the right of the axis. And everything on the right of the axis is going to go the same distance to the left of the axis. Okay, so where are we going to put J prime? So this is our this is our axis of reflection there. So where's J prime go? Can you see the point?
Let's see.
So here's J. Where's J prime going to be across the Y-axis? Hunter?
1, -1.
Nope.
1, 1.
1, 1, right there. Do you see that? So this is the mirror. So what does J look, see in the mirror? Right here. So here's J prime. Okay, what about K prime? Where's that going to be?
4, wait, no.
-3, 2.
-3.
-2.
-2, right? Down here. So -3, -2. There's K prime. What about L prime?
A bit lower than K prime.
-1,
-3.
Yep, -1, -3. Don't forget that negative. Okay, let's draw it and see what it looks like. That's cool. That looks like a reflection, even though some of it overlaps itself, right? So that's kind of weird in the mirror. But that's reflected. So it's like I took the Y-axis, and here's my triangle, and I just spun it around the Y-axis. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like a rotation, but a three-dimensional rotation. Not like this, but like this, right? That's pretty cool. I like those because it looks neat. All right, so let's see. J prime would be 1, 1. K prime would be -3, -2. L prime would be -1, -3. Okay, so that's like some examples of what your homework is going to be like. Okay.
There is no homework.
Well, eventually when you do homework, because you know how Saxon doesn't just do homework for that lesson, but all previous lessons. So eventually you'll have to do something like this. All right, I'm going to do one more, okay? One more example, and then we'll call it a day. So we're going to do, what's the one transformation we haven't done yet?
Slide.
Yep, a slide. What's that slide called again? Translation. Okay, we're going to translate Quad PQRS, 6 units right, 3 units down. Okay, so P is at 0, -3. Q is at -1, 1. R is at -4, 1. And S is -3, 3. Okay, so let's graph that. So 0, -3. There's P. -1, 1. There's Q. -4, 1. There's R. And then -3, 3 is right there. There's S. So let's see. 0, -3, -1, 1. -4, 1, -3, 3. Let me make sure I did that right. Yep. So PQRS. So here's P. And then Q is at right here. And then R is at -4, 1. Why would you do that? That's weird. PQRS. That kind of goes out of order, but oh well. Okay, so we're just going to translate this 6 units to the right, and then 1 unit, or what, 3 units down, right? So let's go. Let's do that. I'm going to need to draw some more lines here. Okay, so Q prime goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 units down, 1, 2, 3. So where's that? That is Q prime, and that is at 5, -2. You guys see that? Now you can also just do the math here. Where's Q? Well, Q is at -1, 1. What happens when you add 6 to the X factor? -1 plus 6 is 5. And then when you go down 3 from 1, that goes down to -2. So you can do all the math inside your coordinate. 6 units to the right, that means add 6 to your X coordinate. 3 units down, that means subtract 3 from your Y coordinate. That makes sense, right? So where's S prime going to be? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 down is going to be right there. So there's S prime, which is at 3, 0. Let's do the math. If you add 6 to -3, you get 3. If you subtract 3 from 3, you get 0. 3, 0. Boom. All right, let's try R prime. R prime is 4 over plus 2 more, so 2, comma, let's see, it goes down 3 to -2. So there is 2, -2, which is R prime. Okay, and then we got one more. We got P there, so we need to add a few more. So we go 6 to the right, and then 3 down. So that's going to be 6, comma, -6. So that is P prime. So when I connect the dots, that looks right. It's the same shape, and the same size. It's just to the right.
What if it was 6 units to the left and 3 units up? Would you?
Yeah, you just have to draw more. I mean, you
Would
have to
it
have more
still be-
graph.
For you know how 6 units right is you add 5 units
Add 6 units.
or add
Yeah.
6, and then 3 units down you
Subtract 3.
Subtract 3.
Yep.
For left, would it be you subtract 6?
Subtract 6 from the X
And
factor.
then if
Yep.
it was up, it'd be you add 3?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. Good question. Yes.
What are we gonna do for the problem sets after class?
Oh,
We have
like,
no problem
well,
sets.
if you guys haven't finished your homework that's due tonight, you can be working on that. If you have it all turned in already, then you get an extra free day. Because remember, you get a free day once a month. You can cash in that free day. If you haven't cashed it in yet, you can cash it in today. But if there's no work to do, well, then we just relax and then have an early Nice break. Okay. All right. Any questions on these? I didn't hit record until after, so 79, we talked about insufficient information. So be careful. You might get a question where you don't have enough information type of thing. So 79 is pretty self-explanatory. That's why we didn't go over it, but that's it. Any questions about today's lessons? All right. Good job.
Black man, give me some math and I'll give you some flack. Black man.